Yes, well, it's a cruel game, isn't it? And it's being very cruel for Stephen Maguire at the moment. Okay, he's had chances in the last couple of frames. But I think what he needs now, he needs chances at the start of a frame. And he's got to start winning frames in one visit, which we know he's capable of. He did it in the first frame. But when you're playing catch-up like this, you need to start racking up those frames quickly. And Neil Robertson will be in no mood to give him any easy opportunities. You can bet your life on that.
We did see at the end of the last frame, Neil Robertson try to protect his lead a little bit more in that latter part of the frame. And there is the possibility when you've got somebody on the ropes, they need all the frames, that you can become a little bit more defensive and try to let your opponent throw himself off the edge of the precipice. But it's not really the way Neil Robertson plays. It's an excellent opening red. A great positive strike on the blue, and he's got the ideal angle now to open up the reds. Choosing the run through as opposed to the screw back. Jumped out the back of the pocket. The ball, I think, was in the air as it hit it so hard. I'm sure it jumped out of the back rather than wobble. Or it may have wobbled a fraction or a lot. Never in. I'll take it all back.
Okay.
Just happened so fast.
You're forgiven.
Thanks.
But unexpected miss. This is the problem, though, and this is the nature of the game, isn't it? He's missed, but Stephen's left with an awkward shot, having to use the spider. Does he just roll it in and play for a difficult black along the top cushion? And nothing will be looking easy for Stephen at the moment.
One.
Yeah, delicately. You have to remove the spider yourself. Well, he's having a look at this black, but boy, this is tough. But he probably feels as though he's at the point of no return. He's got to play no miss snooker, and he's going to take the ball by the horns. But this is tough. Big shot, but he probably felt as though he had to make something happen to turn this match around.
Horrible shots to play. If that was the first frame, he could have been forgiven for turning that one down, but as you say, John, the need to try and get into the game overrides shot selection sometimes. Exactly what Neil Robertson's hoping for, that Stephen Maguire starts to take more risks and Neil can just pick his way to glory.
One.
Another solid, clean pot.
Ramble.
sure, Steve, that Neil Robertson will be thinking this is chance for
5.
frame and match.
Six. $11.
It's not a clear-cut
12.
opportunity for Neil Robertson. But in the type of mood he's in, I feel like it is. If he pots the pink at some stage, it may release another red, but it's not obvious there after exactly how the balls are laying.
17. $18.
Well, it wasn't easy to hold for the pink. Now, I'm not certain where the pink will go when it's respotted. He could possibly play the cannon and make room for it to go on its own spot. I think it will go on its own spot. So he may have to play a little cannon here.
Yeah, I think if this goes right, John, the reds are going to be spread very nicely. Blue's always available.
Yeah, sure.
Sort of feel like it's going to be a shot with perhaps a bit of topspin on. Try and run through them, but may not have the angle exactly right from the commentary box. He may be able to stun into them. It looks like the run through.
Now,
Okay.
does the pink go on its own spot? He'd like it not to. But it goes on comfortably.
It wasn't a good
24.
outcome, really, was it?
No, it was. He couldn't have thought of a worse one, really. Okay, he's got this red near the top cushion into the corner, but that's tough. Well, obviously, this red just to the left of the pink does go to the right middle. And he's just dropping these balls in
25.
as though they're over the pocket. It is remarkable potting exhibition, this from Neil. 96% still. Just the confidence in the strike, isn't it?
29. $30. $36.
Just coming round to see whether he can just roll this red in and be on the pink to the middle. These 4 reds in the middle of the table would be more than enough to clinch the frame at this visit.
37.
We'll have to play another little cannon here. And when he'd know the worst way he'd be on this red to the top, because you just seeing if he can get to the bottom red. But I see no reason why not to wing pot in the pink, play a little cannon. As long as he doesn't catch the red just below the pink full ball, he should be okay. Well, he feels as though he can get to this, but it just makes position or side of the shot a little bit more
43.
tricky as we pass the 2-hour mark.
.44.
Well, he just about held for the blue. This blue will put him 54 points in front with 67 remaining. Well, he got the cannon the second time. I thought he might have tried to nudge those two reds open off the pink,
49.
but he managed to get to him off the blue.
To say, John, after watching Neil Robertson here in this particular match, and obviously after coming off the back of winning the Champion of Champions in great style, beating Mark Allen 10-5 in the final, be a brave person to bet against Neil Robertson for the rest of this event.
50.
Well, the form he's produced at the end of his match against U.K.Championship, where he really started to strike the ball well, and the way he's produced this type of performance after the start that Stephen Maguire made, it just shows you that he's absolutely brimming with confidence. He's at the top of his game cueing wise.
57.
He's getting on with it. Sometimes I always feel that he has a weakness. He can just get bogged down, but there's been none of that today. He's played at a good, quick pace. And quite simply,
64.
on the day, he's been too good for Stephen. And as John
65.
Parrott said, some days you've just got to shake your opponent's hand and say, well played.
You just really, you can't play better than this.
And even that black, even though the frame and match is well and truly over, he give it every concentration. We caught a glimpse of Stephen, who sort of wry smile, but at the moment, Neil is in that zone where he just wants to pot every ball on the table. He's even playing plants now. Unbelievable.
73.
Well, Stephen is... Well, you've just got to resign yourself to the fact that it's not been your day.
.80.
I think if you were Stephen Maguire, Steve, and you were looking back, maybe the yellow was one frame that got away, but apart from that, I can't think of many more mistakes he's made.
No, he's been relentless.
81.
And the level of player required to beat this standard is of the likes of a Mark Selby or a John Higgins to match in that area. And well, John Higgins has been playing great. That would be a bit of a match,
86.
wouldn't it?
Oh, we've got some great matches to come, and as we say about this game, no matter how good you are, if the other man's at the table potting balls, there's nothing you can do
88.
about it. And it could happen to Neil, as it's happened to Stephen Maguire today. But this has been a performance
91.
of the highest quality. As good as I've seen him play.
.95.
So this blue for his third century of the match. Superb. Absolutely superb. It doesn't get any better than that. And as I say, he just wants to pot
106.
every ball on the table. Brilliant.
113.
Absolutely brilliant. And Steve Maguire. He'll give him a warm handshake. Stephen's a great sport. He knows there's nothing you can do about that. That was a tremendous performance from Neil Robertson. He'll take all the beating now. He runs out a winner. 6 frames to 1. Magnificent.